Hello, Richard.
Howdy.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy down in the basement.
Whoa.
Wow, change of venue, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the
the dungeon.
Tinderhor dungeon?
Well, since it's been cleared out, like it's just collecting dust down here, so I figured I'd move the operation down here.
Wow, look at this guy.
Official podcast studio.
And I also have some house guests this weekend, so I'm relegated to the basement.
Tinderhors.
Yeah.
AKA, is your mother there?
Yeah, and my aunt.
You know what that means, Ray?
I'm going to Queen's Landing.
Menage a trois.
They're only half, so I think that's allowed.
Oh, it is allowed. You know what we need to get Bill. Oh fuck, Bill, I owe you money for the equipment the other day. We need to get, if you're gonna be setting up down here in the new podcast studio, we need to get you a full on HD camera. We need to see those baby blues pop, because right now you're looking like a blurry, hazy ball of turd. No, not really.
From the body's decomposing down there. It's the fucking.
Oh yeah, it's not the camera.
It's the stench of dead bodies.
Look at that. He's even got a drill. Doesn't know how to use it, but he's got one.
Shoves it up his ass.
I use it to drill your mother every night.
Damn it. Two mother jokes right on the same thing. Damn
Boom,
it.
boom, boom. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to give you a little heads up right now. I was a little rushed this afternoon. I've had to poop now for 10 minutes.
I thought you were doing. That's exactly what I thought you were doing.
Well, that's why I said I needed 10 minutes, but then I needed an extra 10 minutes. I wasn't going to push it to 20. So just a fair warning, if I just get up and leave, that's where I'm going. Feel free to continue without me.
Now, if you go to the bathroom, you do your business, and then you look to the toilet paper and there's no toilet paper there, is that your fault or is that your wife's fault for not putting a new roll on?
The wife.
Well, I don't want to get into marital affairs. We don't talk about that on this show. That's been beeped before.
Well, I'm just talking about my day.
I know you're talking about your day, which is not relatable to my wife and the janitor that should be replacing rolls of toilet paper.
Motherfucker. This is the second time.
You just compared my wife to the janitor at your work. So that's why I was hesitant to answer the question.
Well, now that you worded it like that, I kind of feel bad.
You should. But in your scenario,
I always look, though. I always make sure.
No, this was so fucking lunacy. That was crazy.
Thank you for being on my side. I don't care if you guys play back up the rest of the show, but if you're on my side on this, I really appreciate
it. Just to square with the listeners, Ray, you sent us a quick video this morning that there was no TP in the stall when you went to take your morning poop, and Bill said, "Who doesn't look for toilet paper before you shit?" And I thought that was absolutely bananas.
That almost ruined a friendship because I was very upset that Bill said that to me.
I do. I always make sure, because then if it's not, you just go to the next stall.
No, it's like, when you go on the plane, do you go check the engine to make sure it's going to fucking work? No, you go into a bathroom stall. There should be goddamn toilet paper in there in a commercial bathroom at all times.
Yeah, commercial bathroom. There's no excuse for that.
No.
It's all overweight, greasy fucking dudes. There should be toilet paper.
The trombones that plays in that fucking bathroom every goddamn day. It's just. Do you ever just stay you're in the stall and you hear the guy next to you and you're like, "What do you eat, sir?"
I won't do it. I won't sit. I will not shit next to somebody else.
No, I'm actually with Bill on this.
I will go to another bathroom to shit because it's just weird.
Oh, there's 5 stalls in there. You have to.
All right, so at my work, it's weird. We have it's a locker room / a bathroom, and people go in there when they're changing, and you get people shitting in the back, in the fucking stalls. And I'm like,
nope.
No fucking way, man. If there's 2 stalls in there and someone's shitting right next to the stall that I want to go in, I'm finding another bathroom.
There's times I've laughed out loud because of the noises coming out of some people's bodies. I don't care. It's like, what's wrong with you? You're dying.
Sounds like an exorcism most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem pooping in public, but I will say, out of my 3 bathrooms, I use all of them once a day, and it's nice.
Well, you paid for it. You might as well.
Humble brag.
Well, I just like that spread out with the plumbing. I
hear you.
I don't want to get more use.
I hear you.
Ray, you're a plumber, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. It makes no sense, but I hear what you're saying.
Great. Excellent. Well, it makes sense in my mind. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. Friday headlines, March 19th. Spring begins tomorrow. I see that on my calendar. What do you know? Wow, things are looking up. Welcome to the show.
cold as shit here today.
Rain.
Very cold and rainy today. Yeah.
Yeah, very rainy. Snow's coming. It's supposed to snow later. Not much. Just I think like a dusting.
Just a dusting. Not enough to keep you away from our favorite establishment, White Birch Brewing, down in Nashville, New Hampshire. Ray, the address, please.
460 Amherst Street.
Get on down to the tap room. Today is Friday. It is also what I learned, Ray. The first day of March Madness. What the fuck is that bullshit?
Yeah, someone's got to call Biden and say this needs to get fixed immediately.
What the hell? There's nothing. I was so looking
a tradition
forward
like no other. Fucking
today.
Thursday
Fuck
starts March Madness. Oh, here we go.
Shut up, Bill. Even working from home, the idea of just having 2 or 3 TVs or screens on, watching games that you know nothing about, that you have zero interest in, but all of a sudden everything is invested into that game for these 2 days. That's what it's all about. And the NCAA and all of their infinite goddamn wisdom decided to cancel the Thursday games or push them to Friday and Saturday. What in God's name is going on in America, Biden?
I told you, fucking write to your Congress, please. We need to change this immediately.
Thanks, Obama. Regardless, it is Friday and there are games today. So shoot on down to White Birch Brewing, catch some games, get some excellent pints, maybe even a flight if you're feeling froggy. These guys like that. What do you got? The
something very interesting or something.
Something very interesting. Is that the Imperial Stout?
No, that's just called the Imperial Stout.
Okay. That's what Bill's on.
Bill's drinking. Yeah.
Okay. Tune in Sunday for when we do this show tonight. Oh, you fuckbag. All right. White Birch Brewing, Nashville, New Hampshire. If you see it in the stores, grab it. Tell them the Simple Minds boys sent you White Birch.
Just
Brewing.
using. This is the last of my supply from a couple weeks ago, so I figured I'd save it for the pod.
Yeah, and put it right to the camera as we're doing a promotion.
You
for
said before they
brewery.
wouldn't even care. It's the number 1 beer in the world.
That's not a fact.
Well,
at all.
now you
No,
just
it's
pushed
not.
it on your ass.
I actually, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's off topic, but it's a little overrated, and I feel like they do it on purpose. They limited release it. They only sell so many of it to like drive up the hype more.
Look. We're talking about Heady Topper out of Alchemist. It's not. I just had this conversation yesterday with some douchebag at the brewery who's like one of these fucking.
Was it Butch?
Ex beer savants who thinks they know everything. Heady Topper is what it is because it was the first of its kind. And yes, they limit the release and they make you kind of work for it. In terms of an IPA, you can find the quality of IPA around. White Birch probably does IPAs just as good at this point in time in the craft beer scene.
I think their triple IPA is better than this.
Yeah, people are doing things that are different and better than Heady Topper. The reason Heady Topper is because it was the first, and it was and they marketed it the way they did. So,
can I give another example?
And it's still good. It's still a very good beer. What?
Yeah,
it's like the McRib. It's like the McRib at McDonald's.
No, it's not. Oh God,
it comes out once a year.
Heady Topper is much better than the McRib.
Fat fuck.
Let me tell you something.
Fuck,
because one of our
out of your goddamn
let me listen. Listen. One of the listeners of the show works at General Electric where I'm at, and she keeps telling me that she has a Big Mac and chicken nuggets fucking back there. And every time I go back there's no fucking Big Mac or chicken fingers. So I'm fucking getting pissed off about the lies. And then Bill lied to me today. Billy Liar Pants over there. And I'm just tired of the lies. Just tired of them.
It wasn't a lie.
He's tired of the lies. He's sick of them. Okay. Here's not a lie. The Patriots are continuing to make moves.
Uh-huh.
That was a bad transition, but that's okay. We got to get into the show at some point.
You can do better, baby.
That's all right.
Yeah. Like the Patriots are making moves like Bill's boner because the Patriots are fucking on a roll.
That was worse.
That was
Thank
terrible.
you.
Patriots, because it's not that big of a signing. It's depth, but we got to report it. Well, I sent the email before we got the news of our super.
God damn it, Bill. Bill, go back upstairs. Go back upstairs.
Talk about transitions. Beautiful. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Nick Folk, 1 year, guaranteed $1.25 million. Right? Is that correct, Bill?
Sorry. I'm in a new studio. I just got to get my mojo.
Yeah, get
back.
the jitters out. No problem. Nick Folk is back. Super Bowl back on. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Great.
No.
I mean, Nick Folk literally won them games last year. He was the best
Three
offense they had.
He missed 3 kicks last year, right? What was he, 25 or 28?
He was like 21 straight at one point in the year.
I think he finished. I don't think he missed one.
You might be right.
To finish the year.
You might be right because we kept referring back to the game we went to in Philly holding hands, praying to God that he would make a fucking kick.
When he made it, we celebrated, and the people were like, "What the fuck are wrong with these guys? He doesn't do this. He doesn't
For an
do
extra
this."
point, the lone extra point.
Yeah, it was an extra point.
Fucking, yeah.
Praise Jesus. So he's back. What does that say about your alt-right fucking kicker out of West Virginia there? Where is he from?
Marshall.
Marshall.
They got Robert Aguayo from Florida State. He was flamed out of the league before that second-round pick. He's the third guy. It sounds like it's Folk's job. That sucks. You missed the best kicker. That was the Georgia kid. I don't know his fucking name. But,
the nerd that plays for the Colts?
Yeah, I mean,
the Chicago boy?
Yeah. I think he went one round later, and he was the best kicker. He led the NFL in scoring. He was.
Where's Some Young Ho? Where's Some Young Ho?
Atlanta, who the Patriots had on their practice squad, but you can't fault them. Atlanta plucked them.
Oh yeah, he was on the practice squad.
You can't really control that. I think you have a chance to say, I'll throw you on the active roster, but at the time, I still think they had. Oh shit, that Nick Folk, and who was before Nick Folk that year? There was someone real bad. Remember they cut him after like a game and a half.
Yeah.
I try to block those memories out of my head.
Suck up.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. Maybe.
Suck up landed on
Tennessee,
Tampa.
No, who's the kicker in Houston? That's who it was.
I don't know. It's a lot of kicker talk. Let me ask you this: do you think that Nick Folk will be as important this year as he was last year?
Of course.
No.
Yes.
Why, Ray?
Because if Cam Newton's still your quarterback, you need to fucking get those chip shots in. When you're getting stopped in the goal in the red zone, you're going to need someone to score you those 3 points.
We haven't touched on this, and I'm not prepared to do it today, but I know that Janu and Hunter Henry are ideally really nice, terrific red zone targets. Does anyone have any fucking faith that Cam Newton can make that happen?
Have a little.
Can fucking Rain Man down there go and tell me how many times he actually threw the ball in the red zone last year? Because if I had to guess, it would be 0.
Oh no, he threw it once, I think, and it was terrible. And remember, it was over like N'Keal Harry's head by like 10 feet.
Oh yeah, that's true. They were at the 2-yard line. It was a 4-yard throw, and he fucking
went to like row 11 in the fucking stadium. Yeah, zoom, see ya.
Baltimore.
It went through his hands.
I think so. Yeah.
And they said bad catch by Carey should have had it.
Yeah.
No, so
they stopped making him throw after that. No, I just we don't need to get into the weeds here. We're getting off a little bit off topic, but Cam Newton's. We talking about signing Nick Folk. Cam Newton's still your biggest problem on the team. That says something when you're signing Nick Folk, who I know had a good year last year, but it's Nick Folk.
Yeah, I don't think it is that. It's not that important. Like, is to rely on him more this year than he did last year, and the reason is you're not as predictable in the red zone anymore. You added some skill at tight end, 2 big body tight ends that excel in the red zone. If Cam can make any throws, like if you think of the reason they're stopping the red zone last year is because everybody and their mother knew. You go back to 4th and goal in Seattle week 2. You bring out your jumbo package. Everybody and their mother knew what you were going to do. It kind of balances your offense a little bit now because teams can't really predict what you're going to do. Because again, you can Juju in the backfield, Smith in the backfield, not Juju, but you guys can move those guys around. So it gives more flexibility for Josh to make better plays. So I think you're not going to be relying on a lot of Nick Folk field goals. Like he had 28.
Well,
maybe?
I don't disagree that you're relying on Cam Newton running the ball in the end zone. I think to Ray's point, you might be reliant on Nick Folk chip shots if Cam Newton can't throw the ball to the tight ends.
Yeah,
the tight ends give you the option to run the play. You're still relying on Cam Newton to execute the play, which, look, it's a question mark. Anybody that wants to sit here and be a Cam stan and talk about, look, he's got the weapons around him now. I'll back off the fuck Cam, he sucks. I'm off the train. You got to prove it. You got to at least admit that he has to prove it. You can't just say because he has weapons, he's going to be good. In a vacuum, he couldn't throw the goddamn ball last year. He couldn't throw it.
No,
he just couldn't throw the ball.
And I think that's
so. Show me that he can throw the ball, and then we can talk about potential for Cam Newton.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing I think Bill's overlooking because you heard the rumors coming out is, give Cam talent. It was the same thing you heard from Brady. Give him the players, give him wide receivers. Well, they think Cam struggled a lot because they didn't have the offense was putrid. But then you heard the report come out late that was they didn't trust his throwing shoulder. So I mean, you're hearing 2 different reports at this point. So I mean,
and he came out himself and said, "I didn't know what I was doing in the huddle and at the line."
I'm fine with that.
I was behind.
It's year one. It's year one. Like if he can,
I think he could have said that after every year of his entire career in the NFL.
Probably he's dumb.
He's not that guy at the line of scrimmage dissecting.
He won an MVP one year.
He did. So that's what everyone's.
Yeah, that's true.
It was, but look, all right, that's a discussion for another day, the Cam Newton bashing. The other signing today, per Adam Schefter, Patriots got some D-line depth, which we've been asking for. It's not a huge signing here, but 1 year
right?
up to $2.5 million. There's another Drew Rosenhaus guy from the Packers, Montravius Adams, who I know nothing about, 45 career games.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, big like 6'6", right?
6'4", 305 pounds, 40 tackles the second half last year, and 3 starts. So, look, it's depth. This might say, what's his name is not back.
Butler.
Lawrence Guy.
Lawrence Guy. I keep wanting to say Dietrich Wise, but it's Lawrence Guy. I want Guy back. I think if you get Guy back, holy shit, you are. Let's jump ahead here and talk about Lawrence Guy in the front seven of the Patriots, because the other guy that's back is Kyle Van Noy in his giant mouth and stupid Instagram account. Kyle Van Noy.
That's a good deal, though, I think, for him.
A lot of incentives too. I didn't see the details. None of you.
2 years, up to 13.4. I don't think the exact contract deals. I haven't read them yet, but I mean up to. So I mean, you look at Nelson Aguilar. So all these guys are signing. Like Nelson Aguilar and Bourne signed up to deals. Same thing with Trent Brown. I think he signed up to 11 million. And Anderson, that other guy they had. So I mean, that's what the Bills. I think they're nailing the contracts. They're overpaying a little bit, but you know.
I think only on. Sorry, go ahead, Ray.
No, I'm just saying you got to overpay for these guys right now. You have the money to spend, and you don't want to compete with the Jets, Jags, and Colts, so you got to overspend.
Yeah, they went and got their guys. Jets look like they're going to get Juju too. Sorry to cut you off, Rich. But
they went and got their guys. But on the Van Noy thing, look, he's going to get paid $54 million from the Dolphins still. The Dolphins still have to pay him.
I think the dead cap on that too?
I don't
know. Did it come out?
I'm not sure, but he got 15 guaranteed last year from the Dolphins. He signed a 3-year, $54 million. I think it's close to $7 million on dead cap, or $7 million that they still owe him this year. So he could play for free for the Patriots. Basically, Bill loves to do that with his guys. I don't think, obviously, at $13.5 million for 2 years, that's not what he's doing here. But what they've done in all these contracts is give him a shit ton of cash up front and extend that cap hit till year 2 or year 3. And because the cap's going to go up, like we've talked about in the last couple shows here. So I would expect Van Noy to be the same thing. To the greater point, Van Noy is back. So let me read you a couple names. The Patriots front seven might have gone, Bill, you made this point today, from their weakest point last year outside of Cam Newton to maybe the strength of their team at this point.
Well, defense as a whole, Rich. I know you're going to say something, right? But think about the quarterbacks. If you bring Stephon Gilmore back, again, his trade value is down. You just tender J.C. Jackson.
Well, let's not go to the secondary yet, because there's big question marks in J.C. Jackson
but I'm just saying,
Gilmore. But if you do, you're one of the top defenses of the league. But your front seven is now Hightower's contract hasn't come out yet either, but he's expected
like 8.5, I think. It's between 8.5 and 9, I think, right around that number.
Yeah, but he's expected to restructure, and they haven't announced that.
Yeah.
Either way, he's expected. My point is, we saw Chung retire today. We saw Canning get traded. We've seen these guys that opted out that said they were coming back. Out of 7 or 6 of them, 2 of them haven't yet. So I don't expect that to happen with Hightower. I'm assuming he's back, but it's not a guarantee is my only point. So Hightower, Juwan Bentley, Judon Van Noy, Josh Uche, Chase Winovich, Dietrich Wise, Godchow, the giant fucking Montravius Adams that they got today. And if you throw Lawrence Guy into that mix, that is going to be hard to run on.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to do
anything.
Well, keep an eye on who I texted you guys earlier today, Danny Shelton. He got kind of let go in Detroit. I think he still had some guaranteed money there too. So you want to talk about playing for free? That's another Belichick guy. He's got Matt Patricia over here in that offense too. He excelled 2019. And then 2018, he was a stud in the playoffs. He was a stud in that Super Bowl. One of the big reasons that they won the Super Bowl was their front seven played phenomenal, and he was a big part of that. I thought in 2019 he parlayed out to a decent deal with Detroit. So don't sleep on him coming back either. He just got cut, and that's you're bargain shopping at this point. I think Rich, you made the
Bill, are you in speed? Or is my
he just talked like this really fast when he talked.
Is my computer on 1.5 speed? Like you can listen to podcasts in 1.5.
Lord, I was born rambling man.
That was
fast.
Fast.
Well, I was looking for that clock. Like, oh, you're almost out of time already because he's speeding up.
It's like
I just wanted to get my
speed
point off real
words.
quick. I just want to get the point off real quick.
No one's going to interrupt you. It's not Ray talking and you interrupting. It's we just let you go. It's fine. If they replace Lawrence Guy with Danny Shelton, it's a downgrade, but I'm good with it because of everything, because of all the names we just put up there. And don't sleep on a guy like Jawan Bentley. He got exposed this year for sure, but he was literally the only true linebacker on the depth chart this year before Uche came back. I mean, Chase Winovich is more of a traditionally, he plays a game more closer to a DN than a linebacker. He's slowly learning how to play the linebacker position. I didn't even put Anthony Jennings' name on here because
they're saying they're going to play him on the ends, and he's going to be a good pass rusher.
He is more of an end guy. So
what if the Patriots draft Micah Parsons with 15? Imagine putting him
out.
Say goodbye to Jawan Bentley. If they do that, Bentley's gone. He's gone.
Maybe either way, it doesn't matter. Hightower's
they need depth. Look at all the injuries too. Look at all the injuries they have in the past few years. Why don't you just keep some of these guys for depth purposes?
They exposed, he got exposed, and I know they're saying he's probably going to start in the middle, but I think he could be expendable. I just think last year I know he was counting on to play a bigger role, with Hightower out and all that stuff, but
I know what team that would take him.
I wouldn't be the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you go the Micah Parsons route. I wouldn't be surprised if Jennings is gone because you're going to put him right there. And if you think back to when they drafted
Bentley, who are you talking about?
Bentley, I think Bentley.
Jawan Bentley.
I think he's gone if you get Parsons. And truthfully, think back a couple years ago when they had Jamie Collins in his prime with the Patriots and Dante Hightower. Remember, they were rushing both those guys straight up the middle in that 4-3 defense.
Yeah,
and that's where he's playing.
I don't want to get too far in the weeds with that. I think the greater point here is with this depth, right? I don't even think a guy like Micah Parsons or give me another linebacker at 15 or early in the second is off the table. We'll get into the Lombardi article that was ball washing article that was released.
Felger and Matt said the same thing.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we'll have a little slightly different spin than those fucking cunt bags. But the whole
insufferable.
Pretty bad. The idea of it is they're building up the middle. So, look, Hightower is old and injury prone. Jawan Bentley was exposed, but still has some redeeming qualities. Van Noy is a mercenary, and Judon is new. On the surface and the names sound like shit. Yeah, if they all play to the potential, they're going to be good. But none of them are young. None of them are guys you can build upon. So I would not be surprised at all, and I would actually love it if Bill, you've said this a lot. If they took the approach in the draft to build that defense even with more young guys and with more talent in the front seven and stack the shit out of it.
And especially there, because you get them for 5 years. So if you say you hit Micah Parsons, who's the biggest, project in the draft, he sat out last year in Penn State, so he hasn't played in over a year. But I mean, you hit him, and if he's better than, if he's what you wanted Jamie Collins to be when you drafted him in the second round, you get him for 5 years. You're going to pick up that option. That's disgusting. You see what you're signing right now. Van Noy, 2-year deal. Judon, 2-year deal. Godchild, 2-year deal. All these guys in the front seven, 2-3-year deals. And the Judon was, 4 years. He got 4 years. But there's not a lot of big movement. So, I mean, that's where you're going to start. You got to build on these guys. Even Judon's coming over. He's 29 years old. Hightower, I think, is going to be 31 this year. Van Noy's 31. So, I mean, you're going to be the 10th oldest team entering the season for the 5th straight year in the top 10 of the oldest teams in the league. So, I mean, this is where you got to do it. Your defense is not getting any younger. I mean, I get it. You got Jalen Mills, but that's not front seven work. So, and you got to, this is where you got to go right there.
And the work that they did in the free agency, their big guys, their tight ends are 25 and 26.
Yeah, that's where they're,
if they want to extend them and give them some more money at the end of these 2 and 3 year deals, they can, and they'll still be young. The wide receivers, I think, are kind of plug and play for that organization. But in the front seven, I love the idea of making these free agent signings and then drafting behind them and continuing to develop. And even guys with Winovich and Uche, who I think can become something.
I hope.
Let's talk quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, this story won't go away. It's gaining a lot of steam, more steam. Today came out, the third lawsuit is coming against him, and the rumors are up to 6 women.
I heard 9.
That's 9 now. Nice.
It's 9 in the last hour. 6 to 9.
Nice.
So, look, the initial speculation on this was it's a sleazebag lawyer. They're dragging Deshaun through the mud for one reason or another. Obviously, when you get this many women and people involved in something like this, as serious as sexual assault is at this day and age, you got to start taking it a little bit more seriously, for sure. I'm still skeptical of the timing and what it all means. The details of the reports that come out don't sound good for Deshaun Watson. That's for sure. The other point Deshaun Watson came out and said the initial approach to him was to get a 6-figure money, not a money grab, but a settlement. So that is a point on for his camp to saying, this is a money game thing, but that means you have to get 9 women to agree to lie about something, or at least stretch the truth extensively. So yeah, not looking good for Deshaun Watson, and I would say in turn not looking good if you were a Patriots fan, Ray, who wanted Deshaun Watson.
NFL is investigating him now too.
Could they or should they? And could they Patriots even trade for him at this point, or could anybody?
Yes. Mr. Kraft. Mr. Kraft would like to know how he did it to 9 women when he only did it to one woman. Excuse me.
He had a threesome.
Oh, good, nice. Good for him. But yeah, why wouldn't they? I mean, if the NFL comes out and finds nothing wrong with him, his name is now tarnished in Houston, wouldn't you want to be like Houston, be like, all right, go have a fresh start somewhere else. We don't want you anymore.
No, and I'm going to tell you why right now. So Cal McNair, owner of the down there, the Houston Texans.
Hold on. Before you explain yourself, what is no? And I'm going to tell you no, they cannot trade for him and should not trade for him, or no.
Oh, what? Sorry. I don't think all right, let me go back.
He's fucking brainbuster right there. He doesn't know what to say.
It's just an automatic no when it comes to
whatever I say, I can be like, the sky's blue. Nope, I'll tell you why.
No, I don't think it's going to hurt his trade value. I think teams are still going to line up for him, and this is the reason why. One, the lawyer that is representing all the
704
lives.
Victims, I believe, is what the word.
Sorry,
alleged victim.
Alleged victim.
Ratchet hose if it's all determined that it was fake.
Yeah, so this is why I'm going to.
Allegedly victims or allegedly ratchet hose.
This is why I'm going to tell you it's bullshit. Cal McNair, owner, lives next to the lawyer. His name's like Butch or something. That is representing what?
Sorry, Bill. I'm sorry. It's not what you said. Ray just puked in his mouth and swallowed it. It felt like. And he looked me dead in the eyes the whole time.
I'm glad you saw that. I'm glad you were looking in my eyes.
I was looking at Rich because he asked me the question.
God, but no. I almost did it myself watching Ray burp up his chicken nuggies in his throat and then fucking put him back down.
Like a bird. There's no birds to feed, so I had to swallow.
Oh, God. Okay. Sorry, Ray. Bill. Cal McNair is, what's his name's neighbor, right?
The lawyer. His name's Butch. This is an inside job by Houston. So they're trying to kill his trade value. They're inside. He lives right next door to the lawyer that is representing all these guys. So the owner and the lawyer. So that's an inside fucking job. And he's the same guy that represented Roger Clemens and his steroid thing back in the day. So this is a fucking. If I've seen a lot of inside jobs. That's what I call when I insert Ray's mom. So I was gonna
say you know a lot of hand jobs, not inside jobs.
Job when I see one, and this is it. This is it, dude. Come on, there's too big of a coincidence right there. You don't think that fucking owner is gonna walk next door and go, "Hey, I got something."
Hey,
yeah,
I got something.
So the other piece of it, I guess, fact or evidence in this that I thought was a little fishy. Every woman in the and I don't know anything about law or anything about case study, so this might be as common as the day is bright. I don't know if that's a saying. Every woman in this case is Jane Doe, so they're all anonymous. No one has come out on record. So yeah, a lot of it is still fishy. But you have to lend credence to it. So if it is an inside job, and there are in the
God forbid you ask for a happy ending.
What is wrong with that? You can't ask for a happy ending in America.
I'm gonna have to start. Well, if the reports are that one of them said that he made her give her a blowjob, that's sexual assault, and you go to jail.
That's assault,
so
brother.
If that comes
that's
out
the
for
other
real,
side. That's the other
take
side.
It back. But,
yeah, but if he asks for a happy ending, he just needs to know the rules. He doesn't know. It's not on the wall. It doesn't say, "Hey, please ask for a happy ending special." No, you gotta ask. You gotta say, "Hey, can I get a happy ending?" And when she says no, be like, "Okay, finish me off, thank you."
Can you at least tickle my little, touch my butt? Do anything? Come on.
Especially when you said that it's weird that you got your butt cheeks. You don't get your butt cheeks massaged when you go. I always get my butt cheeks massaged.
Who said it was weird?
Do you get full
this
naked?
guy?
Hold on. Do you get full naked?
Fuck yeah.
I do not. I keep boxers on.
Well, yeah, because we saw a little dick you had when you took that picture in Philly.
Pleases your mother every once a week, so we're good to go.
This is beyond the point. Deshaun Watson should not be asking the club employees, which is what these women were. They're the masseuse for the club to yanking on his dick at the facility. That's a no matter where you are.
Yeah, you have a manager.
If you're in fucking Saigon in 1969, Bill,
nice.
I'm sure that flew, perfectly fine.
All you need is $5 American dollars.
In 2021, when you're in the athletic room of the Houston Texans, you can't ask a masseuse to yank your crank.
He was in the athletic room?
No, the first one.
That's a no.
Hold on, the first one he met her on Instagram.
Oh,
flew her from Atlanta, Georgia, to the Houston Continental Hotel or whatever.
Oh, fuck that! If he flew her, then that's all. I think you definitely have to ask.
And then
that's considered prostitution. She might want to get another lawyer for that.
She walked in. He was butt ass naked. She's like, "No, you got to keep your towel on." He's like, "No, I get too sweaty." So he's just hanging there swinging.
I can understand that.
Let me bring this back to the fold, you fucking creeps. So if at any point in time, God
forbid we like hookers,
this stuff comes out as true, then then he's going to get in trouble and it's going to be a bad thing. I'm more concerned about, does he make it onto the Patriots, or does he make it on another team that in circumvents Jimmy Garoppolo getting the Patriots? Because this is a sports show, not a prostitution ring. So do you have,
what will make more money?
If Bill's right,
I don't like him, but he's got a point.
Who's doing the prostituting? Ray? I think we should stick to the podcast. If Deshaun Watson does not lose trade value and gets moved, Bill, I floated this to you this morning. Carolina has been heavy on Deshaun Watson for whatever reason. What a team to be in on Deshaun Watson. And Bridgewater has been rumored to the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo has been rumored to the Patriots. Bing, bang, boom, bang, boom. If something like that can happen, what I meant to say is if you're right and the trade value is not diminished, do we still believe something like that can happen and will happen this year?
Absolutely, and I think you mentioned it. The Patriots are pulling strings behind the scenes. You know what I mean? They're going everywhere. They're exploring every option. I think, was it Bedard or Lombardi said they're heavy on a quarterback, whether the draft or trade market right now. And if that happens, I mean, you heard Matt Rule in Carolina. I think they just finished 5-11. Teddy Bridgewater obviously is not the guy. He wants a franchise quarterback. He's got that.
That's true. It is new ownership there.
Yep, Jerry Richardson's out there, and some hedge fund guy bought that team. So, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, you got a couple nice little good wide receivers that you just drafted there. I mean, these college coaches want to run their fucking college offenses. And if you look at Baylor, they just ran the offense Deshaun Watson basically ran in Clemson, and they want to throw, they want to play action, they want to keep him in the shotgun. And that's what Matt Rule wants. And that's what, if that make that move, I'll be happy getting Jimmy G. I mean, obviously I want Deshaun Watson. I'll jerk Bill off if we get Deshaun Watson, but Jimmy G, if you put Jimmy G on this team and he's healthy for 17 games next year, I'm telling you right now, the Patriots are Super Bowl contenders, because I think they made enough moves in the offseason right now that they're a quarterback away, right? Because they have the best coaching in the NFL. They're a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender this year, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that. Last point I want to make on the Deshaun Watson thing. Unless a good amount of this comes out to be true before the draft, I do not see how Deshaun Watson plays for the Houston Texans this year.
He doesn't even want to go in the building, dude. He already told
after all of this, after they smeared the shit out of Duke Hopkins when he left town, when they traded him, they did him dirty. That's part of the reason why Deshaun is so pissed right now. Never mind just the creepy, bad shit that goes on in Houston, it's seemingly. So if he did this stuff, then then he's kind of screwed. He's there. If it's not proven, I think before the draft, and Houston has to make a move, he's not playing there. How the hell can he show up with a straight face and those guys do business together? No way.
They can't.
No way. Like, this is it's ugly. It's fucking ugly in Houston right now. And it sucks. It sucks. If that's the way that they're doing business, and it truly is an inside job, fuck them. The NFL should investigate and get Cal McNair and his fat ass second generation having no business owning a goddamn NFL franchise. Get him the fuck out of the league, because that Houston is a goddamn mess, and they have been forever. Even his dad was a bad owner. So fuck those guys. We're running late. Sorry.
And don't sleep on the Kevin Garnett. Like a Kevin Garnett type trade for Watson to the Patriots. You see the first two trades with Marcus Cannon and
Nick Cannon wilding out
and Izzo. So I mean, he's already making it, dude. Kevin Garnett,
the skids, baby.
Kevin Garnett type trade for
Greasing
Watson
the
to the
skids.
Patriots.
It could be an inside job
dude.
the other way. Nick Caserio could just be a pawn. 1 year and out. Oh, he's back in New England.
Easterby's fucking him.
That was the docking situation we were looking for. Not Caserio and Belichick. Caserio and Easterby. Some notes here. Like you just mentioned it, Ryan Izzo traded for a 7th round to Houston. Bo Allen and Marquise Lee cut. Who? They didn't play at all for the Patriots. Who cares? Cleared $33 million in cap space, though. Patriots are still making moves. And Patrick Chung, the New Hampshire cocaine cowboy, has called it quits, retired. Is he a Patriot Hall of Famer, Ray?
Yep.
2-time champion, right?
3,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, 3. Yeah, he came back in
14. He was with Revis and Browner. Got to be. He's on that list.
Is he underrated on those teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The playoff time, he was always big in the playoffs.
Not to Belichick, though. Belichick, you see him, you hear every single year he seems to get a contract extension out of the woodwork when over so many guys that deserved it more. He was just a Belichick guy. I mean, he's got to be in there. Kevin Falk made it with 3 Super Bowls. I think he had just as good as impact on the Patriots team as Kevin Falk did. Same thing with Mike Vrabel. Same thing with Richard Seymour. I think he was that important to this defense. He brought that toughness.
Rodney Harrison.
Yeah, he brought
took his role, and he's just as tough.
Yeah, and then what a fucking he left for 1 year. Went back to Philly for 1 year with Chip Kelly, and they cut him, and he came right back. And I thought it was the worst move I've ever seen. I'll tell you, a mutual friend of all of ours that we went to high school with, we were going back and forth, and he was I don't want to get a beep, but he was like, dude, don't sleep on this move. It's great. And 3 Super Bowls later, he went to 4. So
the only thing that I'll say about that, the only thing I'll say about that is when they brought him back, the last thing memory I had of Patrick Chung was fumbling that fake snap
against the Jets in the playoffs. Yep.
That was pretty brutal because that play was going to work and they were going to win. So, Patriot Hall of Famer. I think we all agree on that. Patrick Chung, thanks for the memories. Have fun on the ski slopes up there in New Hampshire. I'm going to skip the Lombardi shit. If Felger and Maz did it, then anyone listens to us probably already heard it.
All they said it was just ball washing. It was the same thing I texted you with the article. Dude,
I disagreed with that a little bit. The piece that he had on Bill Belichick wanting to build up the middle, he fluffed him. He fluffed him good on that, but it's true. It's real, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
and that's
what
he's doing.
The insight. The insight is cool because he's a guy that worked in the office. You don't see shit. What do you get? A little bit of Eric Mangini stuff and Charlie Weiss, but like the front office type, like Lombardi, it's cool to see to come out at least.
It was padded with a bunch of bullshit, but I think the meat of it was true. Other than now, this wasn't said in here, but it was insinuated, and it's been said a lot in terms of signing the tight ends and the moves that they've made. Trent Brown, Ray, do you co-sign that they're building an offense for Cam Newton? No, right?
No, hell
no. They're just building an offense that was successful for them for years.
They're making an offense too to make it more desirable for either a free agent or a trade or a draftee coming here and be like, look at the weapons we have for you.
Yeah,
it's not for Cam.
The point is that they've never invested in a greatest show on turf type of offense with 3 stud wide receivers and spread it. I mean, they did it with Brady, but even that was fucking Randy Moss and Wes Welker. Let's be honest.
Dante Stallworth got paid. He got paid. He signed a big deal.
Yeah, but come on, Bill.
Didn't he kill someone?
Start parsing the situation. It was Randy Moss and Wes Welker. So the point, and that's just not how they build teams. So greater point here, I don't want to get too far into it. They're not building a team for Cam Newton.
Mm-mm.
They're not building a team for Cam Newton. And I'm more and more convinced that they don't want Cam Newton to start the season, but that's probably where they'll end up.
And I'm getting more and more convinced that Mac Jones at 15 is seriously in play if he falls.
I agree with you.
As much as I've been shitting on Mac Jones for since the national championship game, I don't like him, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, mainly especially now because of the weapons that you just built on offense for everything you say. Like I'm opening the idea that the Patriots could potentially draft the sleeper that falls in that draft and that at 50.
Only Mac Jones for me because of the Alabama ties. We got to move on. Ray, real quickly, the Celtics fucking suck. I know that you're a Fire Brad guy. I was a Fire Brad guy in the bubble because I don't think that he has a good feel for the game, and I think that he has been part of the problem in close, competitive, high-profile games. That's not the problem right now. Brad's not the problem right now.
What if they don't want to play for Brad?
Then they're assholes.
Well, that's what the NBA is. What do you think the whole NBA people are? They're all assholes. They're all divas, egotistical douchebags. So I think that there's a problem between Tatum and Brad Stevens. It's very obvious. You can see it. You just lost it.
Proved it.
Yeah, you just lost the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. You were down 17 at halftime. You lose by 17. I mean, these guys aren't motivated to play for them. You need someone in there that's a player, just someone that won't take the bullshit. And I think now that Indiana just fired their head coach over there in college, the University of Indiana, they just fired their head coach.
He said no already. He
Well, fuck that. Away. Money talks, baby. Bring him fucking over there. Fucking get him out of here.
They're not going to pay him more.
Bill, are you on board with it's Brad's problem because he can't get to the heads of these kids?
Someone's got to take a fall because Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, those guys aren't going anywhere. And if this team can't play together right now, it's got to be Brad. I know, Rich. I know your point. It's the players, but I'm 50-50. But right now, you got to kind of but you have to. It's Brad because he's the odd man out. You're not getting rid of Tatum because it's a players' league. What you said, Ray. So it's got to be at some point.
Can I interrupt real quick too? Yeah. What do you think it's Tatum being like, Brad? You've never won anything. You never won anything in college. You never won anything.
Not yet. No.
I have no respect for you. You can't tell me what to do.
Jason Tatum.
None of these,
but he's a superstar. He thinks he's a superstar.
Bill, you're on because you're snip snapping. Ray, you couldn't be more wrong on this one. They don't hate Brad Stevens. They might have tuned it out, but it's not because they don't like him. It's because they don't fucking give a shit. They are playing like they don't give a shit.
2011 Red Sox.
It's not that Tatum doesn't like Brad Stevens. It's that Tatum doesn't give a fuck when he walks onto the court, whether they win or lose. He wants to win, but if they don't, look. And the biggest reason why is because they know the team around them sucks. They know the team around them sucks. So if you want to start placing blame on Danny Ainge for building a roster that sucks, then that's fine. That's fine. The roster does suck. If you want to place blame on Brad Stevens not getting these guys up to play because the roster sucks, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you're a fucking professional, Jason Tatum. You're a fucking professional making millions of dollars. If you show up to the goddamn arena and slap it out there like you've done for a majority of the season, Jaylen Brown, fuck you. Fuck you. Come to play every single day. Your mentor is Kobe Bryant, Jason Tatum, and you play like this? Are you shitting me? That's not Brad Stevens. Look at how they play defense. That's not Brad Stevens. That's having no heart. It's having no pride. It's having no will. Mike Gorman, of all people, came out and trashed Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
And he's the biggest honker.
That'll tell you all you need to know that it's not Brad Stevens' problem. Yeah. It's Danny Ainge for putting a bad roster on here, and it's these kids for not knowing how to fucking win and how to act like professionals on a nightly basis because you're a professional now. You're not some hot shot in high school getting old fashions from Bill under the bleachers because you scored 40 points. You're a fucking professional. Act like it. And if that means blowing out the entire bench to bring someone like a LaMarcus Aldridge or Harrison Barnes or someone with a little credibility in this league to tell these kids to fuck off, fine. And if that means blowing Jason Tatum out for a gigantic haul, I'm kind of at that point too, because this kid's pissing me off. And I'm almost at the point where he just might not have it. He might be one of those guys who just doesn't get it, or at least he won't get it with the Celtics. It might take another team and being a third piece, being a James Harden on the Nets for this guy to finally get it. And that sucks. As a Celtics fan, that sucks. But if I have to watch another game like we saw against the Cavs, it's insufferable. It's insulting to watch. It's terrible.
I'm so out. Thank God I'm a Phoenix Suns fan right now.
He had to think about it. Oh shit. Is it Arizona Suns or Phoenix? I don't know.
I just couldn't spit the words out.
We are really far behind, so we're going to move forward.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but I got a 8:15 hard stop. I'm going to dinner with my family, so
then shut the fuck up.
Rambling.
I know. I'm sorry, but we're probably never mind. Shut up.
The Bruins had their morning skate canceled due to COVID protocols. They're playing. Should they just cancel the Sabres season?
They're playing tonight.
I know, but another COVID scare out of Buffalo. Should they just tell these guys not to? They're the worst team in the league. They just fired their coach. They should just tell everyone on the Sabres to go home for the season. Give everybody wins. Basically, everyone wins against them anyway. The Bruins will probably lose tonight, but everyone else wins against them.
That's true. That's true. They probably will lose tonight. That's just the Boston DNA right now, is that you just lose to the shitbag teams of every professional team you play.
New Jersey. Yeah, and I told you, the top 3 teams in the East, 17-1-1 against Buffalo, and the Bruins have not played them once.
Bill, shut the fuck up. I have dinner plans with my family at 8:15. Please.
Last point in this. We don't have time for Dark 30 because Bill has dinner plans. Kyle Palmieri did I say that right? Out of New Jersey. Yep. They're working on the extension. He's the latest guy in the trade deadline. It's trade talk. The Bruins Celtics suck. We got to shake things up. So Elliot Friedman had him as the next target for the Bruins. If they don't get an extension worked out, he's got a $4.25 million cap hit. Seems like it might take a first-round pick and possibly a prospect to get him. Do you roll the dice on a guy like that?
Yeah, they were in on him last year too at the deadline and ended up with Kasich and Richie. So I mean, New Jersey elected to keep him, but yeah, the Bruins been on him for now going on 2 seasons. Give up whatever you need. I think he's going to cost less than Ekholm, and this is a need. Ekholm, but this is a need that you need to address in that secondary scoring. This guy 4 goals, 8 assists, I believe, in the games that he's played. But
the only thing I'll say about that is it's last year is the deal, and I'm sick of Sweeney making deals, trading first-round picks for rentals. So I would hope that they identify him as a guy that they can re-sign and keep him on.
I would think so. And remember, you're losing David Krejci, so getting that guy like that would be perfect. And again, getting rental players, the price gets cheaper. So Ekholm has tenure; he's got another year. So I mean, if he could go for 2 first rounds or a better prospect than the Bruins could offer, I think Beecher is probably honestly the best prospect you can offer. I think he has the highest ceiling out of anybody in the organization outside of the actual Bruins. So I mean,
and even if you don't lose Krejci, you might be able to use his money and Palmieri's money or whatever and sign both of them.
Yeah, for sure. And Rast leaving too. You know, he'll take.
We'll see. Is Vladar back in between the pipes tonight? Who's playing goal? I didn't see.
I think Halak, but I'm not 100% on that.
Okay. What do you think of? We don't think we touched on that. Darth Vladar there got his first win by the Bruins. Threw himself in for save of the year contention on that.
Save.
That was nice.
Battle save.
Yeah.
Although in that save, I thought, look, him in the bubble, he looked like a dead fish out there in the crease. He looked off balance on that one too. I know the puck moved across the ice, but he wasn't in great position. Nice save, but you kind of just got to move over and block that thing.
Yeah, he's 6'8" and just sits on his knees the whole time. But that
Halak's in net right now. Sorry to interrupt you, Bill.
Yeah, no, it's cool. If he keeps playing like this, though, you think the expansion draft, they're gonna keep a goalie. It's either him or Swayman at this point. So, you need the momentum at there's a great first NHL win. That's what you wanted to see, because the way Swayman's playing right now in Providence, that's a guy I'm keeping. So Vladar needs to know that. I don't think he'll get taken, but
or you don't want
to take the chance.
Make someone pluck Tuukka off you. He'll be a free agent, man.
Yeah.
All right. Bill's got dinner plans. This has been the Simple Minds Sports Show Friday headlines, March 19th. We will see you on Sunday for Sunday Social Hour. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ground round?
I love the ground. I fucking love
I love the ground. I don't know.
I think I'm just going to run to the match. I haven't seen my mom in over a year, so as much as I can't stand her, but I figure we'll go at least do dinner.
Does sending me nudes count as me seeing her in over a year?
Yeah, what does sexting count for?
Yeah, because then I've seen her.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Donna!
I think they're outside smoking cigarettes. She's pissed that I won't let her smoke in the house. But I'm going to go upstairs in between the show and get a cigarette and just...
What is wrong with you?
It's my house. I do whatever I want. Hey, I'm in the dungeon. Smoke doesn't travel in the dungeon.
No, that's true. That's a fact.
It's airtight.
That's a fact. I'd love to get your thoughts on the Red Sox, but frankly, I just don't have time.